Test.
Okay, welcome everyone. We have two orders of business tonight. Our first order is going to be the promotion of two officers. But first, let me welcome everyone to Old Bridge. I'd like to thank the council for coming for tonight's swearing-in ceremony. Obviously, Acting Chief Mendola for all his hard work. The department who's here, thank you guys. We appreciate it. This was a long time coming for a lot of people. Each of the officers tonight that we will be promoting, Rich Higgins and Aaron Mataconis, have served the Old Bridge Police Department for a number of years. During their time of service, they have each received numerous letters of appreciation from residents from our community, but also residents from other communities where they've been there in their time of need and have helped them. Certainly, it's a distinct honor and pleasure tonight to introducing these two officers to the new position, one as a lieutenant and one as sergeant. We will start with the promotion of Sergeant to Lieutenant Richard Higgins, please. Rich was sworn in as a patrol officer with the Old Bridge Police Department on August 22nd, 1996. He served with the Patrol Bureau until he was reassigned to the Detective Bureau in March of 2003. Rich remained with the Detective Bureau until he was appointed to Acting Sergeant on July 28, 2014, and returned to the Patrol Bureau. He was promoted to Sergeant in September of 2014. In April of 2020, Rich was transferred to the Traffic and Safety Bureau as a supervisor for that bureau. Rich was appointed Acting Lieutenant on July 31st, 2021. With his promotion tonight to the rank of Lieutenant, Rich will return to the Patrol Bureau. Tonight it's my privilege and honor, again, as I said, to promote Rich Higgins to the rank of Lieutenant.
So, Mr. Higgins, will you please repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Richard Higgins,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and in this state
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Aaron Mataconis. Aaron, there it comes. Aaron began his career with the Old Bridge Police Department in 2000. In August of 2017, Aaron was assigned to the Detective Bureau. Aaron remained with the Bureau until his appointment to Acting Sergeant on July 1st, 2021. As Sergeant, Aaron will return to the reserve with the Patrol Bureau, and it's my honor and pleasure to promote Aaron to the rank of Sergeant.
I, Aaron Mataconis,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, our second order of business, very important one. Tonight we have 5 officers being made part of the Old Bridge Police Department family. I'd like to thank the chief again and all the members of the department who went through this process. As we know, this was the testing process. The more traditional were our candidates. They took a test, a written, they did a physical, and then they passed an oral examination. And they were in quite a competitive group of people, and they came out on top. So congratulations on being selected for new officers. But now the hardest part of their journey is coming. On January 25th, they will be going to a police academy. Most of them. One is already a graduate of the academy, but 4 will be going to the academy. And we've done all we can for them. Now it's up to the family and friends. They need your support now. They'll be graduating in June, and then they will be placed in the ranks of our department. So we welcome you to the family that we have here. And council, I can honestly say this is a fine group of candidates when I talk to them. Well-educated, well-spoken, and well-versed. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but they're all very young. Wow, unbelievable. Our first officer to be sworn in will be Kevin Donovan. Kevin? Kevin doesn't have any height. Kevin is a recent graduate of the Camden County Police Academy, and Kevin holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Rutgers University. That says a lot about someone who went through the academy on his own and now took the test from here from Old Bridge and is going to be part of our department. So Kevin, we wish you all the best and congratulations again, and you will be starting very soon. So please, if your family would like to come up and have you sworn in.
All right. Please repeat after me, Mr. Donovan. I state your name.
I, Kevin Donovan,
Do solemnly swear
swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Next, we have Matthew Jacobson. Matthew, step forward, please. Matthew was 22 years old, received an associate's in science degree in Homeland Security from Middlesex County College and a Bachelor of Science in National Security Studies from New Jersey City University. Welcome. Family?
You're going to hold it for him. You're going to place your left hand on it and raise your right hand.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Matthew J. Gassoon,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
We have Jason Petrides. Jason, please step forward. Jason is also 22 years old, holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in criminal justice from Rutgers University. Welcome, Jason. Family, come on up.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jason Petrides,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in the state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Brandon Rivera, please. Oh. Brandon, step forward. Brandon is 23 years old, holds an associate's degree in criminal justice from Brookdale Community College and a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice from New Jersey City University. Welcome. Brandon, come on up.
Please repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Brandon Rivera,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Our last candidate is Christopher Serpico, 26 years old, receives a Bachelor of Arts degree from the College of New Jersey, majoring in criminology. Please step forward, Christopher. Christopher had two things going for him. First of all, the last name. Every department has to have a Serpico. And I am an alumni of the College of New Jersey, so you're in, man. Only fooling.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Chris Serpico,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially, and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Again, I'd like to thank everyone for attending. Chief, thank you so much for your hard work. Guys from the department, great show out. Great show up. Thank you so much. Family, thank you. This concludes our ceremony. We have a council meeting in 5 minutes, so you better get out while you can. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
January 4th reorganization meeting of the Township Council is hereby called to order. Would everyone please rise for the salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilwoman Walker, will you please lead us in a prayer tonight?
O Lord, bless thy servants in the ministry of public affairs and serve thee in this chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear thy voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right. And grant that we have a good conscience and soul at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Amen. And now we'll ask for a moment of silence, please, remembering those who are protecting our freedoms, both here and abroad, for our first responders, and for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. A moment of silence, please. Thank you.
At this time, we'll be doing our oaths of office for our incoming council members. I'll be acting to the podium and calling you up by ward. If you could just give us 1 minute. Everyone else can be seated, though. The mayor would like to be recognized for a moment of silence.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Please rise, please. It's a very heavy heart on a sad, very sad, that I have to notify. I'm sure the council knows, but the residents might not know. A very unfortunate news that really shook the entire township, including the Public Works Department. Kevin Wimmer, a 21-year employee with the township, on New Year's Day, suddenly and unexpectedly passed away. Kevin started with the Public Works Department in 2000, and he has served as a heavy equipment operator for the last 4 years. Kevin was skilled in many ways. And one thing about Kevin, he was always there to help a friend or anyone who needed help. His knowledge of the township's infrastructure was second to none and will be greatly missed. Kevin was raised in the Madison Park section of Old Bridge and graduated from Cedar Ridge class of 1983. Kevin was also a volunteer member of the Madison Park Fire Department. Kevin was an avid sportsman, and fishing was in his heart. In addition to being a great employee, Kevin was an excellent father to his 2 children, Patrick and Erin. Kevin was a friend to all and will be greatly missed by everyone. Funeral services will be held this Thursday at the Speasy Funeral Home in Sayreville from 4 to 8 p.m. I ask you that you all keep Kevin and his family in your thoughts and prayers during this most difficult time one can only imagine. Please, a moment of silence. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Mayor. Please be seated. At this time, we'll continue with our swearing-ins. I'd also like to recognize that we do have a congressman here with us tonight, Representative Congressman Malone. Thank you for attending our reorganization meeting and welcome. Okay, so for our first swearing in, I'm going to be swearing in our Ward 1 Councilman-Elect, Kevin Garcia. Will you please attend to the councilman? Mr. Garcia, do you have anybody with you who you'd like to?
I have my wife, Patricia, and my granddaughter.
Hello.
Adiva. Say hi, Adiva.
Would you like a Bible or the code book? For your swearing in?
Bible.
Okay. Would you like the granddaughter or your wife to hold?
Both of them can hold.
Okay, there we go. If you could place your left hand and raise your right hand, I'm going to have you repeat after me.
All right, don't go too fast.
I have it here in case you miss it, if I
Okay.
miss it, all right?
Raise it up a little bit.
There you go. So I state your name,
I, Kevin J. Garcia,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Why, thank you.
And Mr. Garcia, I'm going to have you sign your oath really quick.
Sorry, now?
There are 2 copies of it, so I'm going to have you sign this one. And then the
One
next,
more?
one more, please.
No, okay.
And Mr. Garcia, if you don't mind, please take your seat up on council on dais.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have our swearing in of Ward 2 Councilman-Elect Eric DePalma. Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to invite your family up? Come on up. Thank you. Who's holding this time? The 2 of them? You guys gonna hold it up? All right, left hand, right hand up, please. And if you could repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Eric DePalma,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Thank you. Mr. DePalma, please take your seat on dais.
Welcome back, Eric.
Aw. Next, I would like to invite up our council-elect for Ward 3, Kieran Desai. With Mr. Desai, I would like to invite up his daughter, who's going to swear him in tonight, Bina Desai. And I'd like to note that Bina Desai is a longtime resident of Old Bridge Schools and graduated from our schools and is now a Superior Court judge. So thank you and welcome. Come on up. Mr. Desai, would you like the code book or the Bible?
Mom's got.
Oh, then you got that too. I have it here, and I also have it for you to sign because you're swearing
Yep,
in. And
perfect.
either one. Yep, whoops. That's just the large print script.
Thank you, appreciate it. Left hand down. Right hand up. I state your name,
I, Kiran Desai,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear a true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and the government established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
then I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and
and
justly
justly
perform. 1 second, Dad.
Okay.
Perform all the duties of my position
perform all duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
That's it, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So there are two copies, so I need you to sign here, and sign here. Yep. And then there's actually a second copy for you to sign here as well. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And then Mr. Desai, I'm gonna have you sign here.
Sure.
And then the second one right there, if you don't mind. Thank you so much, Mr. Desai. Please take
Thank
your
you.
seat on dais.
Thank you.
Next, we have Councilman-Elect for Ward 5, Mr. Anthony Piscitti. Oh, you're already here. Hello. I need you're holding this one here? Okay. If you could raise your right hand, Mr. Piscitti, and if you could repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Tony Pescetti,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Before you go, I just need you to sign your oaths. You could sign here. And one more. That one.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Have a seat on your days, please. Ooh. And finally, I'd like to invite up our Ward 6 Councilman-Elect, Mr. John Murphy. Mr. John Murphy is going to be sworn in tonight by our Township Attorney, Mark Roselli. Hi, John. Who's going to hold it for you tonight? John's going to hold it? Hi, John. There you go. I have big print both right here for you.
Now, that's good. So I like the big print. That's good. I'm getting old.
I'm prepared.
There you go. Left hand down, right hand up. There you go. I state your name.
I, John Murphy,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of my position
perform all the duties of my position
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Before you sit down, I just need you to sign here.
That's it, just there?
One more after that. And then one more there. Thank you. Councilman, please take your seat on dais. And I'm going to chase you.
That was the exciting part, so if anybody needs to leave, probably now time to go.
You. Okay. This meeting is being held in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice has been given to the newspaper, and notice of the meeting has been posted in public places. The next open public meeting of the council will be held on January 11th, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. We'll take our first roll call. When I call your name, please note here or present. Mr. De Palma?
Here.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia? Dr. Greenberg-Belli?
Present.
Mr. Murphy?
Here.
Mr. Piscitty?
Present.
Ms. Sohor?
Here.
Ms. Walker?
Here.
We have 8 present. Next on our agenda is a nomination for council president. Would any member of council like to make a nomination for our council president for a term, for a term of January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2023?
Yes, I nominate Mary Sohart for president.
Nominated by Dr. Greenberg-Belli and who, Mr. Murphy? Second by Mr. Murphy. We'll take a, Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, I'll take a roll call. Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg-Belli? Yes. Mr. Murphy? Yes. Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Sohor?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
We have 8 ayes, and I will happily turn over the meeting to President Sohor.
You gotta plug it in. You don't have to, but because you need password. I mean, I can get you. Yeah.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of council president according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Okay. Next, I'll be asking for someone to do a nomination for Council Vice President for the term of 1/1/2022 to 12/31/2023.
Nominate Councilwoman Debbie Walker.
I second it.
Okay, nominated by Councilman De Palma, second by Councilwoman Greenberg. And is there anyone else wish to make a nomination? Okay, we'll close the nominations and we'll go to roll call.
Thank you. Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai?
Yes.
Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg-Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
We have 8 ayes.
Congratulations. Anita? It was up there.
There you go. Okay, left hand down. On the Bible, right hand up. I
I, Debbie Walker,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
perform all the duties of Council Vice President
perform all the duties of Council Vice President
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay, congratulations, Councilwoman Walker. Next will be a resolution of the Township Council of the Township appointment of a council representative to the Planning Board, and the term will be from January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Do I have a nomination? I'd like to nominate Eric DePalma.
I'll second it.
Okay. Roll call. Any other nominations? Nope, I'll close nominations.
Mr. DePalma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
We have 8 ayes.
Next will be a resolution of the Township Council of Old Bridge appointing members to the Municipal Utilities Authority. There is a 5-year appointment. The term will be February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2027. Do I have a nomination?
I'd like to nominate Anita Greenberg.
Second. Okay, nominated by Mr. Pescitti, second by Mrs. Walker. And is there anyone else that would like to make a nomination? Seeing no hands, I will close the nominations and ask for a vote.
Mr. DePalma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
We have 8 ayes.
Okay, next will be an appointment for a 2-year unexpired term. The term would be from February 2022 to January 2024. Do I have a nomination?
I nominate Mark Rizzoli.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, nominated by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. DePalma. Are there any other nominations? I will close nominations and have a roll call, please.
Mr. DePalma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay, next is a resolution of the Township Council of Old Bridge appointing, appointing members to the Recreation Advisory Committee. We'll start with the council people, which, do I have a nomination for a member for the Recreation?
I nominate John Murphy.
Okay, the term would be January 2022 to December 31st, 2022.
I'll second.
Okay. Anyone else? Close the nominations, and let's have a roll call.
Mr. DePalma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Next will be a second council person for the Recreation Board, the same term, 1/1/2022 to December 31st, 2022. I would like to nominate Councilwoman Debbie Walker.
I second it.
Any other nomination?
Okay, we'll close nominations and vote.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Next will be another council position for the Recreation Board.
Nominate Mary Sohar.
Second.
Do I have anyone else for a nomination? I'll close nominations.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
It's 8 ayes.
Okay, next we will be appointing members to the Advisory Committee of the Recreation Board. I'd like to entertain motions now. Who would you like to nominate?
I'd like to nominate Brian Burns.
Okay,
Second it.
all right. Anyone else? We'll close the nominations.
No.
We're gonna. Okay, let us go through. Yeah, we'll do individually. Okay, so we have on the floor right now Brian Burns. Okay, and the term will be from all these terms for the Recreation Board are from January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2023.
So, Brian, we're voting. on
Brian Burns,
Okay.
right.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes. Okay, I need another nomination for the Recreation Board.
I'd like to nominate Craig, Craig Brown.
I'll second Mr. Brown. Any other nomination? We'll close and have a vote.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
8 ayes.
Okay, and we have another appointment, another opening on the Recreation Advisory Committee.
I'd like to nominate Luann Raymond.
I'll second it.
Okay, that was motion by Mrs. Walker, second by Dr. Greenberg Belli. Are there any other nominations? I'll close the nomination.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay. I have another advisory seat open.
I'd like to make a motion for Nanette Gallagher.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, Nanette Gallagher.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. We have Mr. Piscitty and Mr. Garcia. I'll close the nominations. Okay.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay. I have another seat for recreation.
I'd like to nominate Sam Ferrara.
Second.
Okay, and close the nominations.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Murphy, I need your vote. Sam Ferrero for an appointment to Rec Board. Did he say yes? Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yeah.
That's 8.
Okay, and do you have a nomination, Mr. Murphy? For Recreation Board? Okay. Okay, so nominated by Mr. Murphy and seconded by Dr. Greenberg Belli. We'll close the nominations and vote.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
All right, next will be appointing members to the Zoning Board of Adjustments. I need, the first one is a term from January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2025.
I'd like to nominate Roseanne Andrews.
Any other nomination? We'll close the nominations.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay, next will be a term for January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2025.
I'd like to nominate Patty Testaverde.
Second.
Okay, nominated by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mrs. Walker. Close the nominations.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay, next will be an opening for an alternate seat number 2. Term is 1/1/2022 through December 31st, 2023.
I'd like to nominate Joseph Kunswich.
I'll second it.
Joseph
Nominated by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Paschetti. And I will close the nominations.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay. Next is a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Old Bridge appointing the Township Clerk as Tax Assessment Officer.
Move it.
Second.
We skipped one.
Okay. So that was moved by Mrs. Walker and seconded by Mrs. De Palma.
Second.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Close the nominations.
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes. A resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Old Bridge appointing the business administrator as Public Agency Compliance Officer pursuant to NJAC 1727-3.3 for the year 2022.
Second.
Okay. Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mrs. Walker.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay, a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Old Bridge appointing the tax collector, Dawn Swoboda, as tax search officer.
Well, that's the motion I'll make.
I'll second it.
All right, motion by Mr. Piscitty, second by Mr. Garcia.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay, thank you all for all, and to all the volunteers who put in their forms and, wanted to volunteer on these various boards. Thank you very much. Volunteering is a lot of work, and it's really appreciated when people step up and put in their resumes. Thank you very much. Next will be the consent agenda. I would ask for a motion and a second, and then I will ask for separations.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mrs. Walker, and now for separations, please.
Mr. De Palma, do you have any separations tonight?
C24.
Mr. Desai, do you have any separations for tonight? No? Mr. Garcia, do you have any separations tonight?
No, I don't, thank you.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
No, thank you.
Mr. Murphy? No, thanks. Mr. Piscitty?
Can you pass me? Because I'm looking out. I know I had one.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Ms. Walker?
No, thank you.
President Sohor?
No, thank you.
Mr. Piscitty, do you have any separations? Do you know the topic? I could tell you the number.
No, I'll just say no.
No? Okay.
All right.
Roll call on the balance.
Yes, please roll call on the balance. Thank you.
Mr. De Palma? Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
This will be C-24, Mr. De Palma.
Yes, so just as I have been just separating these, this is for, let's see, yeah, sorry. The cancellation and refund the real estate taxes for 100% disabled veterans. Just making sure that folks understand that this program is out there. Should you qualify for this, make sure that you reach out to administration, your council person, so we can put you on the right track and get you there. This is very important, especially for disabled veterans, that they do get this. It's something that the township provides. We want to make sure that we get it to everyone that is eligible for it. And that's it. If no one has anything else, I'll move it.
Okay, moved by Mr. De Palma, second by Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli? Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
That's 8 ayes.
Okay. Next will be ordinances for first reading, an ordinance fixing the salaries of certain officers and employees of the Township of Old Bridge for calendar years 2022, 2023, and 2024. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Pescitti.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor?
Yes.
I just want to note that the public hearing on this would have to be January 25th, as we don't have enough advertising time for it to be on next week's meeting.
So January 25th. Okay. Second reading.
Yes,
All right. Thank you very much. Report of the Township Clerk,
I don't have a report tonight.
report of the Township Attorney.
Madam President, not a report, but I just want to remind the council members that at the January 11th meeting, we're slated to have the appeal hearing. All of you, I'm not sure if Mr. Garcia or Mr. Desai had received the package yet. All right. So all of you had received previously, except Mr. Desai and Mr. Garcia will, the record from the zoning board hearing. The hearing slated to start on the 11th, at our 11th meeting. Most of that meeting will probably be taken up with that appeal. Just want to remind you, I also have a memo that I'll circulate to explain the process. But basically, there's an appeal from the zoning board. The council will be reviewing the record. In a legal term, they say de novo. It's as if it's new, and your decision will be based only on the record. The person who filed the appeal, his attorney, and the applicant, his attorney, both of them are represented by counsel, have an opportunity to make legal arguments, but there will not be any testimony. So it's important that you review the record, and the record's going to be, there's a transcript of the zoning board hearing that night, and then there are some reports in the application. So we have to make sure that you review all that, and then you'll listen to arguments of counsel. And then at that evening, if there's enough time, ultimately you have to make a final decision. And they'll explain that basically there's 4 decisions to be made. You affirm, you reverse. You can send it back to the zoning board with certain conditions. But again, that's all laid out on my memo. And then ultimately, you'll have to adopt a resolution to memorialize whatever decision is rendered. So just remind you, look at the record, review the documents. Mr. Desai, Mr. Garcia, the clerk will send you the record. If anybody has any questions relative to the process, certainly feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Madam President.
And since our clerk did not have a report tonight, I do want to say, unfortunately, that this will be Gabriella's last meeting with us. She will be leaving us, and we will miss her. We enjoyed all the time that we spent with you. You've done a lot of good things, helping us get through the technology, of all the pandemic and everything that went with it. And we really do appreciate all the time and effort that you put in for us. So thank you so much for everything you did.
I would like to wish you all the best in your future endeavors in the new town that you're going to. We will miss you here, and we thank you for the time that you've given us.
I want to thank you, Gabby, for all your help, especially with the technology. You've really taken us a leap forward, and we're going to miss you. Just give us your cell phone.
Good luck, Abby, and enjoy your commute.
Madam President, if I could say a few words. You know, as a township attorney, I get to work with municipal clerks in multiple municipalities. And I would say, you know, I've been here for a few years now, but I want to tell Gabby that I appreciated her technology expertise. That was phenomenal. And I also, the fact that she showed the initiative, drafting resolutions, drafting ordinances if she could. I get that. Sometimes it's not possible. And obviously the world's worst, Oprah, where, you know, I've worked with many clerks and said, you know, just take the time. And I know the law. That helps you understand the law. And Gabby was great in all those regards. And she was easy to work with, and I appreciate all the effort that she put forward. You did a fabulous job. It's not an easy town to work in. It's very large, a lot of issues going on. So I just want to say congratulations, good luck, and I really did. You did a great job, and I appreciate your working and your support of our office as well. Thank you.
Okay, next will be our administrative report. Mr. Shah?
I think to the pleasure of some of or many council member, I don't have any written report for tonight. But I just want to remind the residents and the council that the COVID testing is going to continue every Wednesday and Saturday. That's tomorrow at the high school, tomorrow at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I just want to request everyone not to go to the high school until after 3 p.m., until after school is closed, so that we don't have a traffic issue while the school is leaving, the kids are leaving from the school. So I appreciate that, visiting site after 3 p.m. And that's all I have report. I know Mayor would like to nominate.
Thank you, Council. I have a few names I'd like to read also of appointments so that you can hear their names. First of all, on a planning board, all reappointments. First of my designee, Mr. Steve Mamakis, is in the audience with us tonight. Thanks, Steve, for your hard work throughout the year. Thank you. Also very important is a municipal official that serves on our planning board, also in our audience, Mr. Casey Lenning. And as an alternate one, continue to serve Mr. Joe Petty. All do a fantastic job, volunteering a lot of time. There was special meetings, so they put a lot of time into this. So I want to thank them for their service and their continued service. Also on the library, I'd like to reappoint as a trustee, Mr. Frank Weber, and as the mayor's designee on the library board, Mr. Sam Rizzo. And Council, in the upcoming meetings, I will also have additional names to read during the administrative report as we fill these positions, as we verify times when the terms are up. There's a little confusion right now, so give us a couple of weeks to get it all together. I appreciate the time. And just to follow up on Mr. Shah with the testing site, as you know, when we had it last time, it was overwhelmed early on. I can just please ask people, only come if they have symptoms or if they have the reason to be tested, not out of curiosity and to find out. So please, you're taking away valuable tests and time from people who might really need it. And we found a number of people who were there just to be there. There was no reason. So please, use common sense when it comes to, I know testing has become very difficult throughout the state and the entire country. So please use common sense tomorrow. We'll do the best we can. If it is shut down, please realize that it's being shut down for a reason, whether it's ran out of tests, but we have been assured we have enough testing. So the only limitations will be capacity and time, I believe, tomorrow, so.
In addition to that, we have a number of testing sites in town that are doing wonderful job for the residents of Old Bridge. They do respond when they see residents of Old Bridge very quickly with the results. So continue to use those. XL Urgent Care on 516, Purity Lab on 34. And again, I request everyone that are going to the testing site to show patience and compassion to everyone. I know it's critical. Everybody wants to get tested because if they think that they need to be tested to meet their families. But it is also important that the people are standing long hours in line, and we're getting some calls. So we appreciate your patience and work with the lab companies. And there's also Texas Road Pharmacy also doing it on Texas Road on Route 527. So please take advantage of all of those facilities.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to confirm, Mr. Mamakis, Ms. Lemming, they're one-year appointments. And then your alternate was?
1 year also on the alternate, 1 year for Mr. Mamakis, and I believe 1 year, for everything I said tonight, 1 year
What
appointments.
alternate was it, just so the record's clear?
I believe so.
What alternate? One or
Alternate
two?
number 1.
Okay, alternate 1, all right. I just want to make sure the record's clear.
I'm sorry. We'll get it straight.
Term limits have been an issue.
Okay, you good, Mayor, everything? Okay. All right, next will be our public comment portion for any subject matter for a maximum of 3 minutes. Want to complete the...
Our public comment statement is the public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or items in our consent agenda. In accordance with NJSA 10-4-12A and the Old Bridge Rules of Council, the council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Only one member of the public should approach to speak to the council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker has finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. The township clerk will regulate time during the comment portion of this time. Please, if you'd like to make a comment, come up, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. Yeah, if you'd like to sit.
I have to sit?
No, if you...
Oh, okay. All right, like I said, my name is Kevin Wire. I'm a lifelong resident of Old Bridge. I'm here tonight because I feel there's a member on the council who I feel is unfit for the office and lacks the moral fiber to be a councilman. His name is John Murphy. My wife, Kathy, is John's younger sister who moved into John Murphy's second bedroom in his apartment at his urging. My wife, Kathy, is currently living in an assisted living facility. She has Alzheimer's disease. She was removed from John's apartment by a court-appointed guardianship lawyer who is currently in charge of Kathy. Her name is Ann Renault. She was interviewed by the Old Bridge Police Department for 3 to 4 hours. It is a fact that John Murphy and his girlfriend, Diane, have stolen funds from Kathy and me in excess of $80,000 by gifting himself and his girlfriend large sums of money, charging Kathy's exorbitant rents, approximately $3,000 a month, and paid his girlfriend approximately $1,600 a month as her caretaker. That's $5,000 a month, give or take. The lawyer states she should have paid 1/3 of John's rent. That should be around $500 a month. The rent split 3 ways. John and Diane used Kathy's funds and credit card as if it was their money, going to restaurants, Atlantic City, among other things. The worst of it all, John thinks he deserves her money. He also stole my wife's Cadillac from in front of my house and proceeded to drive it around town as if it was his. I had to pay a lawyer to send him a letter that he was not allowed to drive the car. At this point, he hid the car for a year or so at retired Captain Billy Sever's home until my sons found the car and brought it home. He has also wasted the Old Bridge Police Department time by calling them to my home 5 to 7 times for whatever ridiculous thing he could think of. He also took Kathy to Old Bridge Police Department to try to get her to sign a complaint on me The police separated Kathy from her brother and asked her if I had threatened her in any way. She responded no and said she had no idea what she was doing there. After Kathy was removed from John's apartment, my sons and Kathy's lawyer tried to retrieve her clothes and medications, some of which were to prevent brain seizures, and she was left with the clothes on her back. He refused to return anything. The lawyers got her clothes weeks later, and John mixed in dirty baby diapers with her clothes. After the investigation with the Middlesex County, John, through his lawyer, offered to pay $50,000 back over a period of 5 years. That was refused by the guardianship lawyer, Ann Renault. This is what I say is an admission of guilt by his part. I could go on forever with bad things he has done.
Sir.
I want everybody to look into this man right here.
The only thing I would just
What are you laughing about, Steve?
is obviously, there's personal things going on here, and those are allegations that are being made. We don't know, nobody knows the facts, but obviously the council here is to deal with issues related to the township, right? And I understand those are issues that you'll have to resolve outside of the council.
It's in the Middlesex County
All right,
Prosecutor's Office.
that's fine, but I'm just,
Yeah, sure it is, John.
I settled it.
Yeah, sure you did.
but thank you.
Yeah. I'll see you around, John.
Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to come up and be heard? No? Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, members of the council. Charles Cradaville. I'm the Central Jersey organizer for Food and Water Watch. I want to start by congratulating the new members, and also want to extend sincere condolences to the family of the man in the Department of Public Works, Kevin Wimmer, who passed. I'm here tonight following up on the petition that was filed. I did miss your last meeting, but heard the update, received the certification as promised, and I also want to wish the clerk all the best and thank you for your service. Want to just extend the offer to answer any questions you have about the proposed ordinance, and request a meeting with the administration to discuss it as soon as possible. As you know, there's a small number of signatures required, I believe 75 more, and anticipate turning in excess of that to the clerk's office this week. So want to make sure that the council has all the information they need to make the decision, and hope that you'll be willing to meet with me and some of our members who have helped it get this far. So this is a common sense policy, a way to make an impact on this important issue of climate change, and also to find a way for residents to get better pricing on their electricity bills. So we hope that you'll keep an open mind, and if you do have any questions, I did send an email towards the end of the year that you should have and be able to respond. My phone number's there, and I'll reach out to the two new members following this meeting. And can I hear from the administration if they're open to having a meeting with us?
Just so you know, the administration's on the left, my right, to my right. This is council, two different departments.
This is the fortunate. So, I mean, if you reach out to administration, you can email them and reach out to them and see what they like to do. But at this point, I think we're still waiting for everything to be completed. Correct?
Within their, right, they have to still submit.
Yes, there are still outstanding signatures. They are not outside of their deadline. They have, they're within their 10 days to still submit those. The 75 signatures are lacking. All of them would need to be certified by the office. Once we receive them, once that occurs, it's viewed as a first reading of the ordinance, then we would schedule it for public hearing.
So that's the process. So I believe this will be the first step. Let's get this straightened and settled, and then you can move on from there.
Yeah, understood. Just want to make myself available. If you have any questions, call me or email me, and I'm happy to meet. And I will hang out after the meeting and hopefully speak to the administration.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience that wishes to be heard? Seeing no hands, then I will close the public portion for this evening, and I will open it up to council member for council member comment.
Mr. De Palma, do you have any comments?
Yes. First, I'd like to thank all the voters in my ward for their support and trusting me in my reelection. I do hope that I will represent the ward and the township in the best of my ability. And as always, if anyone reaches out to me, I'll be more than happy to come to your home, get on the phone call, and have those conversations with you. But thank you again. Second, I know Mr. Shah talked about the COVID testing that's going to be happening at the high school, and that's been happening all through town. Anyone that has driven through town, whether it's on 516 or Route 34, the lines are getting a little bit long onto the main roads. Just so everybody is aware, there is a program through the state that they will provide you a COVID test through the mail. They will overnight that to you. You then get on a telemed call with somebody. As you do it, they see you do the test, you put it back into I believe it's a UPS envelope, and then you send it out. So I know that there has been some people worrying about getting the test. If you do not 100% need that test immediately, look into the one at the state. I know people that have sent away for it. If you ordered it today, you will more than likely have it tomorrow, and then you'll be able to overnight it as soon as you take that test. Apparently, it only takes a minute or so on this telemed. It's apparently pretty quick from what I understand. So if you do not need this immediately, if you're just going because you feel yesterday you were with somebody or something like that, let those testing sites be for the folks that truly need it, for whether they're sick or not, to understand that. If you're doing it just as a precaution, send away for that test. It's free, it's through the state, and then the state will get that, and they'll test it, then they'll send you back, okay? The other thing, as always, please slow down. The town, I understand we are almost at 70,000 people. Please do not rush. There are way too many accidents. Please just follow the speed limit. An extra 30 seconds, an extra 2 minutes is not going to make a big difference in your day. Please just slow down. Your life and the person that potentially you could hit's life is not worth it any time. And then finally, just as we're ending the holiday season and as we're getting into the doldrums of winter, where it's dark when you wake up and it's dark when you turn around an hour and a half later, I feel, just be courteous and gracious to your fellow neighbor, especially this time of year. If you know folks that are alone, folks that are elderly, whatever that might be, reach out to them on a phone call. I know it's COVID, folks don't necessarily want to go up to a door. Just reach out to them, see how they're doing, do a check-in. You have no idea how much that can mean, especially in a time like this. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. De Palma. Mr. Desai, do you have any comments tonight? Yes, it's your turn. Would you like to make a comment?
First and foremost, I am happy to join the esteemed group of people on this council. I personally want to thank the people and voters of Ward 3 who have put the trust and elected me. At the same time, I would like to thank my opponent, Enid. She ran also a very good campaign. We ran the positive campaign. There was no negative comments. And I think, even though I'm representing here on this dais from Ward 3 only, I would like to tell the whole 45 square mile township of Old Bridge that I will be reaching out to everybody, and everyone can reach out to me, and I will try my best to help everyone. Today, I would like to thank Congressman Frank Pallone Jr. He went out of his way and he said, no, I want to be there when you are swearing in. So thank Frank. My daughter Beena, Judge Bina Desai. Thanks to her that she has to get the permission from the Chief Judge, Toto, and she came here and sworn me. Also, during the election, Democrat County Committee, everyone on those committee, along with my fellow running mate, everybody tried to help each other. And I would especially mention my campaign manager, Patrick Gillespie, who has served on this council many years ago. So with that, the last person I want to thank for the election purpose is Chairman of Democratic Organization, Edward Tostino. And I thank everyone, and I thank Almighty God. We work as in Bhagavad Gita, the holy book of Hinduism says, Karmani vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You do your part, and God will give you the result according to your work. So I thank Almighty God for His blessing and making me a winner on this election. Thank you. I'm looking forward to serve with all of you, and I will always try to be a positive and work in accordance for the best of the people of this township of Old Bridge. Thank you. Have a nice evening at home, everybody. Everybody, I wish Happy New Year 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Desai. Mr. Garcia, would you like to make any comments tonight?
Yes, thank you, Gabby. Real quick, I finally have an opportunity to thank everybody here for their help. It's been 2 months since the election with Mary, Anita, Debbie, the mayor, Eric, Tony, Mark. Everybody chipped in. Everybody helped me. I needed your guidance. I want to thank you guys publicly, because without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. I really thank you guys sincerely. Also, most important, my Ward 1 residents for giving me the faith, for supporting me, and electing me to this position. I really appreciate it. I won't let you down, believe me when I tell you. I got to thank my wife as well. She walked with me. Even though it was hot out there, she walked with me, and, we spread around town, and, we did what we had to do. Knocked on doors, talked to a lot of people, thousands of people. So with that, I want to thank you guys for your help. I also want to thank Mr. Merwin, Mrs. Brown for their past service, and good luck to them, whatever they do going forward. And Gabby, even though I don't know you, I got to know you a little bit. Good luck with everything. Again, good luck. So with that, I thank you, and Happy New Year's to everybody. 2022 is going to be a good year. Up here, at least it'll be a lot less quieter up here, I believe. And I think it's going to be a good thing. So with that, I thank you guys, and have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Dr. Greenberg-Belli?
First of all, I want to wish everyone a healthy, happy, and safe new year. And I want to welcome all the new members to the council, and welcome back the prior members. Congratulations to everyone, and I look forward to us all working together. Thank you. And look.
Thank you, Dr. Greenberg. Mr. Murphy, do you have any comments tonight?
Yeah. I'm going to speak real quick. I got to respond to what my brother-in-law said. First of all, my sister, my niece, was taken care of for 3 years. He was convinced she was trying to get him divorced, but she wanted a divorce 12 years ago, and she's been dating a guy for 20 years. So anyway, I said, and he ruined her life. He told me he was going to have her killed. So I took her out of there, and I started taking care of her. Then he thought I said, look, she doesn't want to be with you anymore. 90% of the stuff he said wasn't true. All that other stuff wasn't true. When the attorney found out that he went to the police she was mad, his own attorney. She never should have did that. And as of right now, he doesn't believe it, but everything's settled, no charges, none of that. Everything has been taken care of, and I just want to let you know that. And, you know, I don't have to put up with this, I don't think, so that's it. Thank you. And everybody have a nice new year, and hope it's a little better than last year.
Thank you, Ms.
For
Murray.
everybody. Thank you.
Right. Mr. Piscitty, do you have any comments tonight?
No comments, thank you.
Ms. Walker?
I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. And once again, I want to tell Gabby, thank you for all your help, and we're really going to miss you and wish you success in your new job.
Council President Sohor?
Yes, first I'd like to thank my co-counsel for voting for me for president this year and having the faith in me again. I really do appreciate it. Second of all, I'd like to welcome all the new members and returning members, and hope that this year it's going to start out on a positive note, and I hope it continues on that way. I think there's a lot that needs to be accomplished, and I think if we work cohesively for the good of the people, then I think we'll be just fine. I really do. I'd like to wish everyone a happy and a healthy new year. Thank our administration again, Mr. Shaw, for all the hard work putting this all together, and the mayor, of course. But thank you again for all you do. And of course, Miss Gabby, you know, out of everybody, my goodness gracious, this is going to be a hard say goodbye. You have been a wing lady this whole time, you know, and really very helpful. So thank you again. We will definitely miss you. Thank you, everyone. All right. I'd like to take a motion to adjourn, please.
Second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. De Palma.
Mr. De Palma?
Yes.
Mr. Desai? Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Piscitty?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
President Sohor? Thank you.